Hello and welcome to Edgewater Saskatchewan. Never can get that really quite right. Well, in this episode we go through our winter routine. It was pretty much the same thing for each month. So basically pretty much got up sort of 9 o'clock in the morning, still dark. Went, checked the greenhouses and basically collected all the product that was produced overnight and during the day, and to deliver those to different areas around the map. So I decided to just do a very quick run through of our winter routine, as it was very much the same every month. I was going to say every day, but every day stroke month, you know what I mean on that, you know. Any case, so yeah, we delivered to various different places. I did try to deliver to the restaurants and the bowling alley where possible, unless the price was hugely different. I'm talking about, of course, the tomatoes and lettuce. So I did try and deliver those to those two operations, just to simulate supplying restaurants in the area. Now with one of the greenhouses, it was producing cotton as part of the selection of products that it was created. So it created cotton, corn and soya beans. So the cotton I decided to store, so I'm just storing them in the shed next to the sheep basically. And here we're delivering the corn and soya beans to the farm shop. In this case it was. A lot of stuff was delivered to the farm shop. Quite a bit was delivered to the grain mills as well. We started off December at around about $998, and by the end of winter we had raised a fair amount, and we were just over the 100,000. So we did about 99,000 in the 3 months. So it was December, January, February, and the first part of March, because the morning of March I did the normal deliveries, and then, as you will note in the rest of the video, the weather changed just before sort of 12ish in March, so we decided to get going on our new field. Of course, that's been an expense for the last 3 months. We haven't been able to do anything. It's been under a fair amount of snow all the time. So I decided as soon as it was open to and as soon as the snow was melted, I would start working on it. And the first thing that we needed to do was to have the soil analyzed, which I got a local lab in to do for me, and they analyzed the field and it came out pretty good, mainly loam. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I think it's going to be a pretty productive field. Right. Well, we're still in the winter months at the moment, and I had to get a snowplow, which is something that I haven't done before on Farming Simulator. I lie, I did do a little bit of it in my Silver Run Forest series, but I haven't done it to any great extent. In this series I did do quite a bit of clearing pretty much every day, not to, and to be honest, I wasn't very good at it. But I got better as the time went on. Also didn't buy a very big snowplow, so for next winter hopefully I've made enough money to be able to get a decent snow blower or something along those lines. Right, so now the fields have cleared and we're going to do a bit of liming, get some lime onto the field, have a look at the shape of the field. It's a reasonable size, it's not the hugest field in the world, but it's going to get us a good start on the flaxseed. So I think I have mentioned in earlier productions, we have a very small window for planting flaxseed. So I'm just going to fill the lime spreader up. I did just lease the lime spreader because we've only got the one field at the moment. We will eventually buy a lime spreader as we increase our fields, but for now we just need the one field lime spread with lime, should I say. So I don't know, I think this will take maybe two loads of lime, I think. We'll see. I don't think we'll do it with just the one load. Well, I'm pretty confident we won't do it with just the one load. So let's go and start spreading that. We'll do the headland, show you the shape of the field. Not quite sure. I think that should cover it. That's spread fairly widely, but not. Get that slide out. As you can see, we've had the field analyzed, so we'll be spreading for loam generally. Very happy with the. I mean, I did have a fair idea that it was a good field. So there's quite a bit of nooks and crannies on this field. Not as bad as some of the others. But once I've done the liming, I think I will try and reclaim some of the. I mean, this little section here, there's no reason why this needs to be spread out like that. I've made application to the councils to take down the trees that are around the edges. We've agreed that we will leave a small section between the roads and the ditches as such. We got permission to fill in this ditch as well, which we'll do. It's quite a major operation. We'll show you that just a little bit further down the line in this episode. And also we have offset the carbon footprint of cutting down the trees with the establishment of a maple syrup plantation, which we did just before the winter. I'm not sure whether you noticed as we were driving in to the farm that we have a maple syrup outlet just inside our gates. Hopefully I'll remember to show you that just as we going in and out the farm. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of land that we can reclaim here. As I said, we need to leave a small strip of grassland between all the features, so we can't plow up right against the road. We have to leave a little bit of grassland, and that's to enable all the little insects and to have rodents, I suppose, as well, to have decent access, decent routes to move around between fields and do their normal things that these insects and such like do. So we will make sure that there is at least a little strip of grass between any road, ditch, etc. So we'll take these trees out as well. And we'll square this off by taking those trees out as well down at the bottom. We're not going to get a perfectly square field, but I think it'll be much more manageable once we've reclaimed quite a bit of land. And of course, we should get a better yield out of the field as an entity once we've reclaimed that land. It's probably not a huge percentage, but I would say it's probably 5, 6, 7%. I didn't actually work it out really, but yeah, I'm sure we've got a fair amount of extra land, or extra plowable and workable land. But you can see as we do it, I'm just going to finish off the liming. Right, so this was our second load. We're going to have to put a little bit more in. I'm not going to really show that. We did finish off the liming. We had to put in about a couple of thousand litres, and we only used a couple of hundred of it, so I did offload that back at the farm before I returned the lime spreader. Right, now I'm going to get started on reclaiming those fields. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get something to take the trees down. These trees are not anything to write home about. They're not going to make any money or any substantial money by cutting them down and selling them to as logs, because they're really not logging trees. So I'm just going to use a tree be gone attachment, so we'll lease that. We did look at the smaller one, but I decided to go for the bigger one. We've got the horsepower to do it, and so we'll lease that, and we'll get that back to the farm, or back to the field should I say, and sort those trees out. There's not many to take, so it's not going to take long to remove those trees. We'll see you back at the farm, or back at the field should I say. Here we are here now, and we'll head out to, I think I'm going to put this on the front of this tractor. I don't know why. I should have just connected it to the front when we were down at the store. Just change it around. There we go. That's it done. Right, let's get going. Take down these trees. And we'll see you after it's done. Well, this should give you a good idea of how deep this ditch is. So it's not something that we could have just tried to just smooth out. We had to do a little bit of landscaping to bring it up, and I'll show that in the next, well, once we've taken all the trees out, we'll go through that process of how I leveled this all out, or how I filled in the ditch, should I say. It's always a bit of a tough thing taking down trees, but as I say, we have mitigated our carbon footprint by putting in the maple syrup, and once we work more on our farmyard, we will add some more trees in to make sure that we're not taking down trees just for the sake of taking them down, and at least replacing them in some form or another. And I think we'll apply that throughout the whole series, is that if we take down trees to square off fields or reclaim a bit more farmland, we will somehow try and mitigate the effect on the wildlife and our carbon footprint. Alright, we're just about done. It's just got this little area to do, and then the area down at the bottom. Then we can get started on leveling the ditch. We have to get a nice little angle on these trees there. Missed it completely. Oh jeez, how bad is that? Reminds me of when I used to play golf. Take a swipe at that little white ball on the ground and just miss it completely. End up on the proverbial, you know. Oh dear. There we go. It's just this last little bit to clear off. We won't return the tree be gone, just in case there's anything else we want to do as we go around reclaiming the land. Or it's not really reclaiming the land, changing the land to arable farmland. It's just drop that off there, and we'll start. So the way I did this is I went into the landscaping, of course, and then I went into leveling rather than smoothing the land, or smoothing the area. And I just used the smoothing tool, starting on the one side of the area and then just going slowly through, and you can see as I do that it fills in the ditch, and then we just painstakingly go through the whole of this area. It's quite difficult to see because there's a lot of vegetation, so you can't always see if it is filling up. I kind of had to rely really on watching the actual land move as you filled it up. I'm not too worried if I go into the field, because we're going to have to plow over this area in any event, so I think in hindsight I could have gone with a slightly bigger paintbrush or filling in tool, whatever you want to call it. But it's the first time I'd done it, so I was a little bit nervous of using too big an area. I could probably have done this also a little bit quicker, but I was struggling to see whether whether it was leveling it off completely or just taking it up a certain level. So just kept on doing this all the way through down to the edge. I didn't take it right to the edge of the actual ditch that it feeds into. I left a little bit at the end just so that it can basically still has a drainage area from this field into another ditch. So we're getting there. I think in the future this will go a lot quicker. It's just the first time I've ever done it, and this should reclaim quite a bit of land, but more than that, it's going to make it easier to work the field. Though it's not going to be a totally square field, there will still be some nooks and crannies. What would this Saskatchewan map be without the nooks and crannies? Part of the joy of the map. There he goes, coming along. Yeah, I did enjoy it when I could see the land that was moving. Then I kind of knew that it filled in, but as you'll see a little bit later, not everything was filled in completely. But I did manage to correct it as well. I'll show you that in the next couple of minutes or so. I think that's kind of where I'm going to end it off. Just leave that little rough area down at the bottom there, just so that we wouldn't be able to really plow up that area in any event. And of course it just lends with, as you can see, that every now and again there's a little dip. There we go, see there's a little dip there. Another one there, another one there. So what I decided to do, and perhaps this could have also been the way to do it to start off with, is I decided to follow the path of the ditch. So level it off from this end here, make the paintbrush a little bit wider, and then follow the contour of the actual ditch. There we go. Let's see if this works. Yep. What it did do is it raised an area a little bit more than I wanted it to. But I knew the ditch was full. It had been completely filled now. So, and it's not really that bad. It's not a even field, and fields are never 100% even. So we'll see what happens when we plow and plant the field. If there's any, there may be some areas that the implements don't get through, and we'll be able to correct it by smoothing it all out in the next season. Or if I plough and I can see, the plough is not actually ploughing up the area, we might have to do a bit more work on it, but we'll have a look and see. Right, so we've got the plough out, and we'll just, this is the little area that I said I just didn't understand the reason for it being there. It wasn't a ditch or anything like it. It was just a little outcrop into the field, so got a little bit tight there. Only just managed to leave a little bit of space, but there is space there between the end of the field and the ditch. Right, so that's that one taken care of. I suppose the other thing that I could have done is I could have done this before I limed, but I'm pretty sure that the field will show up as limed. In fact, I know it will. Well, the plough goes over there quite easily. I mean, you can see that the plough is, because the plough is fairly articulated, it can handle the unevenness. That's what I like about this plough. Yeah, that's not too bad. So I think we get away without having to do any more work or any more smoothing on that, but we'll see as we go through working this. We'll pay particular attention to this area as we plant and harvest, see if there's any areas that create any problems. If they are, then we'll sort it out in the next season. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, really. It is a bit bumpy, but I think it'll be alright. If we'll just reclaim a little bit of this thing as we're here. See, it juts out a little bit on this corner as well. Don't get too close. That's close enough. Yeah. We'll leave that top area as it is, and then we'll take some more off the edge here. Square that off a little bit. Oh, we hit something there. And if it was just no, we've hit something a bit better. We'll have to get out and have a look. Yeah, you can see our pH level where we plough is still okay, so it's not a problem. We just unhitch that. Got that little stump there that, no, it's a phantom tree there. I was just driving down and saw a tree that I thought I had taken out, and I had taken it. That's just a phantom. I'll show you it a bit later on again. See if you didn't notice it. So I don't know why I didn't just leave this connected to the front while I was ploughing. Kind of knew that there might be. The reason I didn't return it is because I knew there might be some stump that wasn't completely removed. And so far this is the only one. There we go. That's it done. I think we'll just take out these two trees as well. So otherwise we'll see if we can get a straight line down. And then just lift that and connect up the plough and finish off this little area. Square that off now. Yeah, I just couldn't work out why it wasn't ploughing. And of course I realized that I hadn't, because I'd unhooked, it automatically disconnected the allow field creation. So it was something as simple as that. Didn't take too long really to sort it out, but yeah, oh dear. I just scratched my head for a minute or two. Right, so we'll square this off all the way down to the bottom, and then that's this field pretty much reclaimed. A lot easier. It's going to be a lot easier to work on. Pretty happy with the outcome. So all these bits and pieces left lying around. Got that caught in the plough. Hopefully I've loosened it. Let's just try and move the plough off and see if it leaves it behind. Yeah, it does. Just move that off the field. We'll be a little bit sneaky. We'll dump it into the neighbour's field. Well, I won't put it in the field. Just I'm pretty sure that's going to come back and bite me on the behind somewhere along the line. Right, there we go. So that's squarish. And I think we can just going to fix off the top a little bit, take a little bit more off there and round off the edge at the top. So we're going to have that little bit extra. We'll see if it creates any problems, that little area that juts over there when we're using workers later on, maybe with the harvesting as such. I don't think there will be. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. Just round that off. Yeah. That's that done. Right, if you just watch carefully as we're driving back here, I can see that dead tree there. But it is a phantom, because as you get closer to it, it's gone. In any case, we'll just check this out. And yeah, pretty much pH level is fine. Yeah, no problem at all. You can see it's pretty bumpy, but if the plough gets through there, all the other implements should get through there. I think the harvester is the one that's going to be. We'll have to just. I just want to see whether the harvester gets through when we're harvesting. Of course, we're going to be doing flaxseed, so we will be doing the swathing on this field. Quite happy with that, because as we've seen when we were doing the contracting, we couldn't get any swathing. I am trying to get a lot of this done now, because hopefully by next month we'll have some contracts to make some income. And I just decided to cultivate the whole field, and you can see there are little spots where the cultivator missed. I did think of actually fixing that, but we'll see how that pans out. Well, that's that for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode. Cheerio.